few shifts, a downshift there, the deceleration, and the finish at the rim.
Clark goes behind her back to get by. Off the play here in the first quarter. Caitlin Clark calls it back, knocks it down. Only 3 points in the second half. She had 13 in the first half, but has picked up a triple-double here today and gets the...
To clear 8, shot clock down to 9. Here as Clark gets inside, the scoop shot falls.
It's been the second and third quarter that's been the issue for the Liberty, so let's see if they can...
The moment Caitlin Clark brings the ball up the floor, the entire defense shifts toward her. Every player recognizes the threat she poses as soon as she crosses half court. She plays with calm confidence, always in control and never rushed.
Harrington off the mark as Clark steps into a three. Connecticut, second last in the league in three-point percentage, just under 29%. Clark heaves.
3 in the first quarter, the Mystics. Clark way downtown, knocks down a 3.
She had a defense by the Sparks fans. 6 on the shot clock. Clark, a deep 3.
Minnesota shooting just 29% here in the first quarter. Clark looking aggressive. Clark watches and hits it.
Clark has space. She's going to let it fly, and she's going to connect. NCAA ranks. We've got some score power on the court. Watch that inside hand, that left hand. Caitlin Clark.
She never looks uncertain. While defenders get ready for speed, she controls the pace like a veteran, managing every possession. A quick change of direction creates space, and without hesitation, she pulls up from deep. The shot looks effortless and drops cleanly through the net.
By Marina Mabry. And here is Clark, wide open, knocks down a triple.
They're hoping that can discourage Alyssa Thomas from making some of her great passes.
No one picks up Clark, who cans the 3.
In between quarters, in between halves, to come out with the exact same energy, and especially...
Connecticut now 1 for 12 from the floor in this first.
Good looks, though. They're getting good looks.
Clark connects. Here's Clark, working behind Boston. Clark for the lead.
Wheeler, Clark launches, hits a 3.
Done throughout her career at multiple levels. Tina Charles just had 2 points.
Her shooting puts defenders in impossible situations. If they step back, she scores. If they step forward, she quickly finds the open teammate.
And another turnover, and Clark beats the pack back.
Use her body and get to her spots of being able to affect that defense.
Clark is coming off the masterful night and starts us off strong here.
Of that run to the finals before the Liberty fell to the Aces in 4 games. Clark connects.
Basketball, they understand their impact and what it has done and how they are living out their dreams today.
And right on cue. Corner, Boston the rebound. Clark a good look. She got it. Steal. Mitchell the knockaway. Clark's 3. It's good.
Her vision transforms the game, delivering perfectly timed passes that turn tight defensive pressure into easy scoring chances. Even when defenses try to trap her, she remains calm and in control.
Hamby had a clear out.
Giroux turns, ducks in. Fagbinlay stays with her. Blocked from behind. That was Clark. Now Clark looking to push. Cross-court pass. Pull back to Clark. She will launch and bury a 3. So Christie Side's going to trust her second-year pro. 5 fouls. Just under 8 minutes to play. Clark finds some space and hits a 3. Clark over Horston. Hits a 3.
So when Caitlin goes off the ball, typically she comes off a stagger on the weak side, but she comes off a pin down here, wide open. Bang!
It's a board or a turnover and push pace the other way. First in the league in fast break points.
Clark connects.
Instead of forcing plays, she reads the situation calmly and turns pressure into an advantage. She controls the rhythm of every possession, shifting from patient and composed to explosive and fast in an instant.
2 for 1.
Clark, bounce pass. There's Boston. There's Clark working on Van Loo. Oh, Clark, pretty step back. Hits a 3. She can just 4 of 14 from the field, but they've got a 5-point lead. Clark circling around, sets up Samuelson, who's wide open, and cashes in with a 18-5 run here for the Mystics after the Fever rattle off the first 5. Clark trying to answer, and does.
He determined that Ariel Atkins had possession.
Clark the switch on to Dolson, steps back and buries a trap.
She keeps opponents constantly guessing, and her confidence spreads across the court. Her teammates play with freedom, trusting that every possession is under control when the ball is in her hands. As the game intensifies, her focus only becomes sharper.
Boston setting up Clark. ABC. Boston gets it back to Clark, sidesteps Howard. She will launch and knock down a 3.
Only shooting 67% from 3.
Clark on a step back, buries a 3. Her international duties with Germany also suffered an injury. This is just her 14th game and part of the challenge that Dallas has had all year. Clark catch and shoot and knocks down her second 3 a little bit here. We'll see if the Fever can free her up. Clark off the screen. Clark launches, hits a 3.
Loud crowds and close scores feel like moments she was made for. In the final seconds, the ball finds its way back to her once again.
With the Fever general manager, and she just loves that Emily is playing so well as of late here in DC. Here's Clark. That one rattles through.
Who have a 9-point third quarter lead. Mitchell isolating on Thomas. Clark needs one. Finally has. Clark working Mabry, separating, taking, and hitting. Clark trying to shake free Mabry all over. Here is Clark. Clark separating, taking, and hitting.
A locked-in face.
Locked-in face.
Clark a deep 3. You bet.
Heather Marsh wants more of that from her. Catching around that 15-foot area.
Clark connects the first.
The arena rises, anticipating another defining moment. With one smooth step back and a fearless, deep release, she delivers once again.
Here's Clark, 4 seconds left. Clark fires. You bet!
I thought Paige Beckers was solid. I thought she had a solid first game.
Clark looking to shake Vandersloot. Step back is good. Started by Atkins. Atkins gets a poke on it. Here's Clark firing and hitting.
Kimbrough, she will launch. Samuelson, nice pass there to Clark. Clark behind the back. Oh, it's Smith. Their first 5 shots of the fourth. Here is Clark turning on the Jets. Clark gets to the rim. Indiana has numbers here. Clark looks to take advantage. Clark launches and hits a 3. 3 minutes left to play in this one, and the hill is steep. 12 points, and the Fever looking to erase. Here's Clark, catch and shoot. Hits a 3.
Splash. Another clutch moment delivered right on time. That's Caitlin Clark.
The Mabry trade, and she has stepped up her game in that opportunity. Caitlin Clark for 3. McKinley working it around here for the Fever. Good ball movement on this possession. Logo shot. 3-2 extended run from the end of the first quarter. Clark again.
Really get involved more on the offensive end.
3 players in double figures. Clark again with another 3.
Sets up her ability to drive. She is a hard check. Tough to keep in front.
Clark, step back, hits a 3. Clark with 9 points, 7 assists here so far. Clark crossing over and dropping a 3.
Fearless range, elite playmaking, and a mentality built for the biggest moments in basketball.